is impressed with is his son, Jesus Christ. That's it. Without him, I don't care what else it is you think you have, you've got nothing. Not one thing. Verse 11 says, "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it." You know, gold and silver are just shiny bits of metal. Rubies are stones. You can shape them. You can polish them up. You can do all kinds of stuff with them to make them look real pretty. But their only value, okay, their only value is what someone else might be willing to trade for them. That's it. In and of themselves, they have no real practical value. You know, it's like people who hoard up silver and gold and bullion and other stuff. You know, yeah, so when the apocalypse comes, it's like, yeah, that's not going to do a thing for you, folks. You can't eat it. You can't drink it. It's not going to, you can't wear it. I mean, if you had enough of it, you might be able to build a shelter out of it if you needed it or something. But that's not what's going to be important. It can't do a thing for you. Somebody that has a half dozen chickens is going to be more wealthy than that. You know? I mean, and this is the thing. What value does it really have? I mean, think about our home in heaven. The foundation of that place is made up of what men call precious stones. We're going to be walking on gold. Walking on it. Doesn't have any real value. The most valuable thing that you can own in this mortal life is salvation by grace through faith in the finished work of the Lord Jesus Christ. If you don't have that, I don't, you know, like I say, I remember the presidential election where President Trump was elected, and I'm listening to him, watching him in one speech, and he's up there and he says, "I'm really wealthy. I'm like saying, yeah, you might be as man accounts for it, but it don't do anything for you." Elon Musk, you know, he's got his own space program, you know, that he's doing. Beating out Boeing. Boeing can't keep anything flying anymore, it seems. You know, got astronauts stranded up there in the space station, and Elon Musk's got to send his space stuff up there to get them off there because Boeing won't work. Yeah. Nebuchadnezzar, you know, remember old Nebi? Yeah, look at this Babylon that I have made. What happened to him for 7 years? You know, he's about in the field like a cow. You know, until he learned his lesson. Doesn't have any real value. It's the Lord's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that has incalculable value as it is divine and it is eternal. Now, compared to this, those things, you know, the gold, the silver, the rubies it talks about, you know, they're of no more value than, you know, the cheap prizes you'd win in a county fair, or, you know, the little chintzy prize you'd get out of a Cracker Jack box. It's about how much value that stuff really has. And the thing is, though, yet even believers believe that they have been successful in life because they have accumulated a great amount of trinkets. Let's look at a couple more. For Luke 12, and we'll finish up here. Luke 12. Here's a guy that thought that he was rich. Verse 13 to 21. One of the company said unto him, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. And he said unto him, Man, who made me a judge or a divider over you? And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. Isn't that what everybody tries to do in this life? Build up that 401k portfolio, get all that stuff put together, have all that stuff, all those things, so that now when I reach that point in my life where I can retire and I can just sit back and take my ease, right? But God said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward God. Lay up treasure in heaven, where your treasure is. There's your heart also. Matthew 6. I'm not saying don't be responsible, intelligent, and careful about what God's given you. Just put it in the right place, right priorities. Matthew 6, 19 to 21. Lay not up for yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourself treasure in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right, we're going to stop there with this morning. Does anybody have any questions for me? Anything that you would like me to repeat out of here? Proverbs 8, we went from 6 down to verse 11. All right, we'll stop there then for this morning.